Hello, ladies and gentlemen of my channel and beyond. This is the very first time I have ever done a video like this. I usually don't do sit-down makeup videos. I got myself a ring light and I tried to make myself look a little bit professional to do this video. I wanted to kind of do a Q&A, but I wanted to do something different and exciting because Halloween is coming up. So I kind of just went full force, went out of my comfort zone to do this video. As you will see, I am a mess. I am not a professional. I am a professional makeup artist, but I have never done a video like this. So please be nice in the comments. If you have any questions, please write them down in the comment and ask me. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Be sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up at the end. And without further ado, this is the look. So enjoy. Okay, and I will warn you, through this video my daughter is awake. I wanted to wait till she was sleeping, but the kid never went to sleep. So she's going to be in this video the whole time, talking, playing, and horsing around in the back. So I hope that's not too distracting. Are you named after anyone? So for those of you who don't know, my real name is Lindsay. Yep, that's my real name. I was named after the Bionic Woman. It was a show back in the 80s of a bionic woman. Her name is Lindsay Wagner. I have one daughter. She is just turned 3, and she's a huge, huge handful. She doesn't ever sleep. She drives me crazy. As you can tell, I couldn't even get this video. Couldn't even get this video in without having her not sleeping in the back. But you know what? She's my little sidekick, and as much as she drives me crazy, I love her, and she's my baby girl. So I am using the Urban Decay Born the Run palette. So I'm actually going to just run through this really quickly because I know most of you really aren't really maybe clicked on this video because you really want to see the lace makeup, which I'm going to do after this. Hence the reason why I just did one eye, so that I can quickly get into that. So I'm just going to quickly do my eye makeup so that I can get into that for you guys. My eye color is blue, green, gray. I don't know. They change. My eyes literally change with whatever color I'm wearing or whatever color makeup I'm wearing. Sometimes they're gray, sometimes they're blue. So that's pretty cool. I actually got my eyes from my mama, and I have 2 older brothers who have brown eyes, and they've always been jealous because they've always wanted my eye color, and they don't understand why they didn't get my eye color. I am the baby of the family. I have 2 older brothers. And for those of you who don't know, I do not usually do videos like this on my channel. I usually do, like, you know, mom stuff. But for those of you who don't know, I actually am a professional licensed makeup artist. This is what I did before I became a mom. I was a makeup artist, and I actually went to school to become an esthetician, which, if you don't know what that is, it's like a facial specialist. You learn how to do like anything that has to do with your face and things like that. What the heck? Oh. So yes, I am a licensed esthetician and professional makeup artist, and I absolutely loved doing it. It's my passion. My ultimate goal was to be an FX makeup artist, which is like horror movies, that kind of makeup. Oh my gosh. That was my dream job. And of course, I got pregnant right after I graduated. My husband and I really tried to get pregnant for about 2 years. It was hard though because he traveled a lot and we weren't together as often. So we couldn't really try as often as, you know, I would have liked to, or he would have liked to. So it took a little while for us to get preggo, but it happened right when I graduated and started working for this girl doing weddings, like just kind of getting my foot in the door. And then I was so sick during my pregnancy. Oh my gosh, the first trimester was horrendous. I mean, I thought I was gonna die. It was so bad. But second trimester came and I felt amazing. So it was like after that, it was like, okay, I can do this. This is okay. So as you can see, I did like a green look because I'm wearing this green dress. Oh, Maybe my boobies are showing too much. I am wearing this green dress that I got last year at on Fashion Nova. And I don't usually buy clothes from them, but my niece was at my house like every weekend that summer. And she came to me one day and she's like, oh my god, Tia, we have to order. She calls me Tia. Tia is on Spanish. Okay, and I ordered some clothes, and they really do have some good quality clothes. They're just, you know, I don't know. I feel like I didn't have the body for them. I bought this dress, and it is definitely a little big on me because I've lost quite a few pounds, but, you know. Okay, so let's answer another question. So my zodiac sign is Sagittarius. My birthday is in December. And I've always had a love-hate relationship with that scenario for obvious reasons. I love it because I feel like everybody's celebrating my birthday because all the lights and it's so pretty because my birthday is only 10 days before Christmas. But I am a Sagittarius, so I can get very heated sometimes, and I definitely believe in zodiac signs. 100%. My daughter actually was born on the Virgo Libra cusp, which means she was born right on the day that it became Libra and ended Virgo. So that was pretty cool. And she was also born on the fall equinox, which is like super cool. If you guys know me, you definitely know that I am really, really into the supernatural. Like, I completely believe in anything supernatural. And I actually wanted to go into that. I wanted to tell you guys a couple stories about that because I thought that was fun while I'm doing like a Halloween makeup, to go ahead and tell you guys about like some paranormal stuff that happened to me. A lot of weird paranormal stuff has happened to me in my life, but one of the main things that I remember happened just a few years ago, and it was in Alabama. My husband travels for work. At the time, we were traveling a lot, and I don't know if any of you live in Alabama, but I hate Alabama. Like, I actually ended up getting a mobile home there because the town was so small. It's called Geneva, Alabama, and it was so tiny, the town, that like they had nothing for rent. So we ended up renting a mobile home that was really old, and they had renovated it, but it was still, you know, it was just in a really old area, and it was spooky and creepy, and I hated it from day one. One morning, my husband woke up early in the morning, as he always does, to go to work, and I heard the door close, and right as the door opened and closed, and I heard his truck start up. This is like hard to talk about because it was so scary. Literally, you guys, I felt like, and I don't want to scare the child, but I'm like, she's listening to me. It felt like somebody had jumped on top of me. Now, the scientific term for this is sleep paralysis. It's getting into REM sleep, or if you're coming out of REM sleep. So I guess I can explain it to where, like, you know, when like you're half asleep, you're like asleep, but you're awake at the same time. You're not quite in that dream stage. That's where I was, but I couldn't move a muscle of my body, and I couldn't move, I couldn't talk, I couldn't open my eyes, I couldn't scream. I felt like I was screaming at the top of my lungs and nothing was coming out, and I felt like somebody was on top of me choking me down. It was so terrifying. I can hear my husband outside still, like his truck, the engine going, and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta wake up, I gotta get to him, I gotta get up. And I was able to open my eyes just a small amount, and all I remember, honestly, this is what I remember. I saw a man in a Confederate uniform on top of me. And he wasn't really completely on top of me. He was like on the side of the bed, but he had his hands around my neck, and all I could see was like his waist down, and I could see like a Confederate uniform. And right then, boom, I woke up, and I was like, oh my gosh, what in the hell just happened to me? And I heard my husband's truck drive off. And I was like, I ran to the door to try to catch him, but he didn't see me. I called him on the phone, and I was like, oh my God, Jesus, you don't understand. Something crazy just happened to me. I'm so scared. I'm terrified. I can't be in this house anymore. We gotta move. I can't be here. This is the craziest crap I ever seen. I can't live like this. I was like flipping out. I like was flipping out on him. And he was like, calm down, it's okay, you know, it's okay. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. If you just felt that, you wouldn't be okay. So I called my mom right away, and I'm like, Mom, you need to come here, because my mom is very supernatural, like into the supernatural. She's a psychic. She used to read cards professionally, tarot cards, because she's that good. Like, she's super good at reading cards. And so I called my mom, and I'm like, Mom, okay, so the first thing, you know, of course, as a mom, you're thinking, okay, is my daughter, like, hallucinating? Is she becoming, like, a schizo or something? And, so, you know, right away my mom was thinking about, like, you know, my health and if I was okay. And then afterwards, I'm like, Mom, I'm fine. You know, it's fine. It has nothing to do with that. It really happened. So she literally got on a bus, and she was at my house. She lives in Florida. She was at my house within 10 hours. And so that morning I called her, told her what happened. That night she was at my house. And so her and I were like, okay, we got to get to the bottom of this. We got to figure out what in the heck is going on. Okay, so this video is going to be paused multiple times because my child... Sorry about that, you guys. So my mother and I went to the local library, and we found out all kinds of stuff about slavery in that specific town. And also there was a tree. Okay, this oak tree, they call it the Constitution oak, but that's like the technical name for it. It's a 300-year-old oak tree, or between 200 and 300 years old, and they call it the Constitution oak because of that. It was around when the Constitution was signed. Ugh, I just realized how nasty my fingers are. I'm sorry, you guys. But technically, they called it the hanging tree because this tree, men were hung. Slaves were hung from this tree. So I used to go to this tree before I even found this out. I used to go there and just relax and hang out at this tree. I'm going to post a picture of it right up here because you guys have to see how beautiful this tree is. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's huge. It's beautiful. It's in the middle of like this junction. So there's like two rivers. It's just really, really pretty. So I always felt, you know, I always kind of felt like in kind of an eerie feeling there, but I felt like you're figured because it was so old, you know, you kind of get that like that stagnant feel when you're around something that's really old. We found out that there was this town called Black, Alabama, and it wasn't too far from where we were staying, and there was actually a slave cemetery. You don't really hear in history, and it's a really sad thing because these kind of things we should learn these things in school, because I think it's a big part of history. And these people, they were humans, they were people, they had aspirations and families, and to just like throw them away and not really, you know, talk about it or anything like that, it's just really sad. We went to the cemetery because we wanted to find out, you know, what it looked like and stuff, and there was actually gravestones that didn't even have names on them. They were just stones, just plain old stones that didn't even really have, and I'm just assuming that the actual people that were enslaved that actually got a stone with their name on them, or even a stone at all, were like treated well. You know, they were treated well compared to some of the people, you know what I mean? So it was really sad, and it got me thinking. So much bloodshed on that land that I was living in. There was a lot. So that was my paranormal story for the day. And so now you guys know that I'm completely into the paranormal, and I absolutely love learning about it and hearing about it and knowing it, because I have personally seen UFOs. I have personally seen shadow people. I have personally felt people. I mean, I have had premonitions. So I highly believe in these things. If you don't, good for you. But I definitely do. Okay, you guys are gonna laugh at me, but I cannot find my eyelash for the life of me. I'm missing my eyelash. I can't find it, so I can't even put it on my face. And that's like super embarrassing because that's gonna look ridiculous with one eyelash on. But nothing I can do about it now, so I'm just gonna put some mascara on, and when I come across it on my table, I will put it on. Okay. get back to the questions. What is my favorite alcoholic drink? I used to drink a lot. Like, not like alcoholic. Did I say alcoholic drink? Alcohol drink? What do you call it? I don't know. I used to drink a lot more in, my college days, of course. I have not really drank because I breastfeed, and I still breastfeed. My daughter's 3, yes, I know. If you're new to my channel, that's probably a shocker, but yeah, I do. But yeah, so I've been breastfeeding for so long that I've just been like, I don't really need it, so I don't drink. But my favorite drink would be, I always like a screwdriver because, let's face it, you get drunk fast and it tastes good. So that's orange juice and vodka. I always liked that drink, was always a fan of that drink. And of course, rum and coke, something like that. How would you describe your fashion sense? I don't really have a fashion sense. Like, I think I need a lot of help in the fashion department. I mean, I see something and I'm like, oh, that's so cute. But I feel like I'm the type of person that, like, needs to see something on a mannequin and then I'll take whatever's on the mannequin. I'm not like, it's kind of hard for me. What's your talent? My talent, I have multiple talents, you guys. But one of the talents that you might not know about me is I sing. Yes, I do. I have a decent voice, I will tell you. I do have a decent voice. Or when you're adding the mask, you want to go ahead and add dots to where your mask needs to be. So for instance, if you're, you want to put a dot for the middle of where you're going to have your mask. So right here, you're pretty much mapping out your face for your mask. And then you can do right here, if you want to end it right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then maybe just, I always go with where the eyebrow meets, so go down, and however long you want it, I'm going to do it long this time, that one. And then the same on the other side, so line up your pupil with your dot, and then again, you're going to do, I do it about right there. Okay, so that's where you're kind of going to meet. And depending on the shape of the mask that you want, it depends on how many dots you need. And then I figure the middle would be about right here, like where it stops. So now that you have like a basic map of where you're going to be doing your mask, now you can go ahead and do the shape. So some people like to go out this way and make this up. Some people like to do, I mean, you can pretty much go on Google and you can search lace masks and kind of come up with a shape. So basically just find a picture that you like of, what kind of mask you prefer, what shape you prefer, something more simple, something, more basic for beginners, or something more detailed for somebody who's, really knows what they're doing. But that's totally not in the center. That needs to be taken off. I'm also using the Wet n Wild. I'm using the Wet n Wild liquid eyeliner because it does the job and it's a lot cheaper. So you're using a lot and you don't really want to use, your good stuff. So I'm just going to go right here. There we go. I kind of want to do a heart from here up. So I'm just going to freehand this. This is not easy, you guys. sorry. Like, I am way ahead. I went ahead and did my face. I wanted to go ahead and put end this video before my battery dies. But yeah, I just kind of went with it, and I told you guys in the beginning that I am not a professional, so I'm so sorry. But I'm just gonna go through and I'm gonna get all the harsh lines, and I'm gonna go ahead and conceal with the concealer. And by the way, I did find my eyelash. I'm about to put my eyelash on, but I'm just gonna go through and clean it up a little bit with this concealer. And here we go. See? This is like the worst makeup tutorial ever. But I did throw some gray underneath to do some shading so that it looks more realistic. And now I'm just going to pop up some red lipstick. It's not really the best, the red lipstick. It's the only one I have right now. Like, it doesn't last. It's cheap though for a costume or for a picture. But there you have it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am so sorry that it's not as professional. I usually just do mom videos and like day in the life and things like that. So this is kind of way out of my comfort zone. But I wanted to do this look for you guys because it is Halloween coming up. So I wasn't able to film the complete lace look, but it's kind of like one of those things where it's just freehand and you do your own thing and you kind of just go with the movements. And make sure you get yourself a cheaper liquid eyeliner like a Wet n Wild, because that you're going to use a whole lot of it and you don't really want to use your expensive stuff. But yeah, I am a complete mess, so I'm going to end this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me, and definitely subscribe to my channel and give this video a huge thumbs up, and I appreciate all of my subscribers, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!